line, who would take the last shot?
Me. That's a dumb question.
Me. Of course. Like who else would take the last shot? I don't care if I'm with the top 11 players. Like, I'm taking the last shot.
But I don't think LeBron would have said that.
You don't think?
He wouldn't have said
He's
that.
not saying that.
Only Jordan, Kobe
Bryant.
It's only a few people with that mindset.
It's only those two. KD taking it.
He's saying it.
KD was
But I think that's what
separates
the GOATs from the greats. I mean, Bron
from the greats. Damn.
Bron is the best all around. But I think it's the mentality, that makes you the best.
Yeah, that's it right there. That's what separates the GOATs from the greats. Like, I mean, he great, but is he the GOAT?
What's good, YouTube?
Yeah.
Welcome back to another video. It's your boy D-Bo.
And him.
We back to it. You know how we do it. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. You know, we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button.
Please. I looked at our analytics the other day. 65% of the people that watch our videos are not subscribed.
What y'all doing?
If y'all watching this right now, hit the subscribe
right
button.
now. Just pause the video.
Like, it helps us more than y'all really think. Like, you're thinking, we're just gonna watch the video and just go on with our day. No, just hit the subscribe button, watch, and then go on with your day. It's simple, man. It's simple. And, we got the green screen now. We official with it. You ain't gotta see our couch no more. We official with it now. So
we moving up. We leveling up.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
We leveling up, man. Talk to us in the comments. As always, leave us some comments. Talk to us about this video. Talk to us about Jordan. That's what we're getting into again. Episode 5 and 6. We're getting back to it.
Episode 5 is by far the best episode so far. Episode 5 was the dopest episode. I mean, it didn't hurt that it started off with my boy. It was kind of, I ain't gonna say it was tough to watch because I enjoyed it. I was excited to watch it.
I actually watched this episode 2 times and I got the chills every time the Kobe part came up.
It was crazy.
I don't know why. It just feels weird seeing him talk.
I don't believe it. It's still hard to believe. Yeah. Every time I see him, I'm like, wait. I gotta step back and be like, wait, Kobe passed. Kobe.
And then what he was talking about, how he was just talking about how Jordan gave him all this game, and he was a big brother to him, and I think
what gave me the biggest chills about the whole thing was the whole documentary. They were looking for different players, to kind of get interviews and this stuff, and, to see if they couldn't grab Kobe
because they knew how important.
Yeah, but it's they wasn't who would have thought that he wasn't gonna make it to see the documentary. That's tough.
Kobe's part was dope though.
Kobe's part was dope.
That All-Star game when Jordan was talking about him before the game, that little Laker boy.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. Kobe Bryant, who Kobe Bryant is to me, Michael Jordan at one point called him the little Laker boy.
Yeah, that's funny. The little Laker boy gonna go get his.
The little Laker boy, he just wanna play one-on-one. He ain't get it from you. He ain't get it from you, Jordan. He studied your game. Everything that you're doing is what he's doing. Exactly. So he's just gonna make it into a one-on-one game.
It's he ain't letting the game come to him. He gonna take it.
He's gonna take it.
That's what you do, Jordan.
He's doing that because that's how you play. That was funny though. That was funny, man. But like I said, episode 5 was so dope, man. I done watched it maybe 4 times, 3 or 4 times. I didn't watch it that many times.
No, we definitely keep stopping.
It's the quickest hour I've ever witnessed. These episodes are hours long, but they feel like they're 20 minutes. One go through, and I'm like, wait.
It's over already?
We just went through a whole hour of film, already. That's how I know it's that good, though. It's that good.
Yeah. So right after they talk about Kobe, they kind of talk about his deal with Nike.
And how he was
he didn't want to be with
he wanted to be with Adidas, which is crazy because you would think that I never in a million years ever thought that Adidas had the upper hand on Nike. Never. Nike, they said Nike was the upstart company kind of there. So
Nike would be nothing without Jordan.
There would be no Nike without Jordan. Everybody at that time with Converse. They said Larry Bird, Magic, I think Clyde. Everybody was this team. Everybody, you in the NBA, so you're gonna be sponsored by Converse. Nobody was doing outside the box except for golfers and people that had individual sports. So when Jordan was going to be with Nike, he get his own shoe. Everybody was like, "Why are you trying to turn this basketball player into a golfer?" It's crazy to think about because that's not. Why does it have to be a golfer? Why can't it just be he's just that good? That was unheard of in basketball. It's no, you do what everybody else in the NBA doing. Y'all all sponsored by Converse. Y'all all kind of doing the same thing. But he's like, nah, like I'm too big for that. Like I'm gonna do my own thing. And that was pretty dope. I gotta say this, man. I don't know if you was gonna say it on camera or not.
What?
I don't know. You might have tried to like not want to talk about it, but I gotta bring it up.
What?
This man said.
What did he say?
I'm talking about you.
I said it?
You said it.
Okay, what did I
That
say?
the media kind of made Jordan bigger than what he really was. Like, not as far as his talent. It was kind of what the media did. You kind of saying what John Sally used to say.
And it's not that, I mean, he's great. Of course he's Jordan.
I think
but
you're kind of taken away from the work he put in.
so I don't want to say that. I'm just saying, without the media and without everybody boost, it's two parts to it. It's the skill and then it's the media. The media boosted him, like the whole NBA, like John Sally said, is the NBA wanted him to be this face of it. So everything he did, they was putting out there, putting on commercials, everything. Like they was making him this big person. Like this was their agenda to do that.
So you mean to tell me if he would have been out there scoring 15 points per game, they still would have been doing all that?
No, they wouldn't have.
So that's what I'm saying. It comes down to the skill. I agree. If he scored 40 and if John Stark scored 40,
They
was going to talk about Jordan more.
Right,
I agree
exactly.
100%. So I agree with that part. But they're not just giving that to anybody. Like, you have to be Michael Jordan. You have to be that
I just
great.
feel like, man, it's politics, man. Like everything is politics. So they definitely, that was their agenda to make him this guy. So I feel like that's what they were stuck on.
I think
doing.
because of what, my bad. I think that's because of him like doing what he did. It was like, okay, we need to make this guy the face. It wasn't like, oh, let's just find somebody to make the face.
It was just the swagger he had and just everything around him. They're like, oh yeah, we need to make him the face of the NBA.
He's just that great.
Yeah,
He's
probably
that
is.
great.
He probably is.
He's that great. We need to make this guy the face because we will never get anybody like this ever again. That's how. Same way they do LeBron. Like if you go look at
I don't think they do LeBron.
if you go look at the House of Highlights and the ESPN different IGs and when they post
But
LeBron,
if
you'll see all the comments be like, "Oh, LeBron again. This is LeBron day." Like people always complain about that. This the ESPN. All they talk about.
But it would have
LeBron.
been it would have been 10 times worse with Jordan.
Because Jordan is 10 times better than LeBron. Is he? I think so.
10 times better?
I think so. That's my hot take.
I don't know.
Don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. LeBron guys. Don't
But
shoot me.
even like Magic was saying like, and Jordan was saying this stuff like Jordan knew everybody was trying to put him on this pedestal and make him better. He's like, it's the 90s. That's what he was saying.
He even said like, even when like the whole gambling, but we're gonna say that for later in the video because that's kind of episode 6. But he was talking about like, yeah, if y'all gonna knock me off this pedestal, at least let me mess it up. Don't let some false accusations because the guy, the Sam Smith guy, wrote the book. He's like, at least let it be about something that I really did. Which he agreed, like I'm on this pedestal, but it's not like the NBA was like, we need to have somebody on this pedestal. Who should we pick to be on this pedestal?
No, I think that is what they do. Because they gotta find something to sell them tickets. They gotta find. If they don't do this, then it's just gonna be like just this laid back, like cool league. It's not gonna make much money. They gotta find this person that's gonna sell them tickets. But I'm not taking away from that Jordan wasn't great. But I'm just saying without
I think they kind of just took advantage of it. They saw what Jordan was doing. We gotta capitalize off of this.
And I think they added to him.
They added to him. Hey, what y'all think? Did they add to did the media add to Jordan's legacy?
They did.
Or did he just create all of that for himself? It's a good debate, man.
Because I think it's players that could be just as good as Jordan.
Now don't say Clyde Drexler because he took offense to that and he went and demolished that guy. Because people were saying that. People were trying to put me on the same level as him. Like he was a threat, don't get me wrong, but people saying that he was on my level, like I took offense to that. I
don't know, I'm not gonna keep saying that. I just think
it's a good argument though. It's a good argument because people say the same thing about LeBron to this day. Like people say the same thing about Kobe. People have been saying the same thing for.
But I don't think Kobe had that. He wasn't put on that pedestal like Jordan was. I think Kobe could be on that level with Jordan if they would have did that. But they didn't do that. Like Kobe wasn't as advertised and as
because he was always the second. Like we already seen all of this. Jordan, we've seen this before.
Yeah, Jordan was just the first to ever just have this swagger to himself, to get his own shoe and all that. So they like, oh yeah, we need to advertise this dude. We need to put him out there. We need to label him as the GOAT. people influence others. Like once you start hearing it so much, then that gets in your head that that's that and that's that. So it just keeps like a trickle down effect. Kept going, and now. But I'm not gonna keep saying it. I'm not gonna.
I mean, that's how you feel. That's how you feel.
Let's get back to the Blazers series when he.
Took offense?
Yeah, that was hilarious to me. Like, I know Clyde Drexler was so sick watching it.
Yeah, Clyde probably didn't watch that episode. He knew he didn't get interviewed. I see that. He wasn't one of those 2020 interviews that they got.
Jordan really said, he's good, he's a threat, but I take offense to y'all comparing him to me.
Clyde the Glide says we're the two best in the game, but I'm not getting into a war of words with Mike.
Clyde was a threat. You know, I'm not saying he wasn't a threat, but me being compared to him, I took offense to that.
And that's so disrespectful.
And that's the competitive nature of Jordan. Like, that's just how, he was just that competitive.
And then I didn't realize that was like the game. Like, we always seen the shrugs, like we always seen the different clips that Jordan
Why
had.
did he do the shrug?
Why did we do it? And we see now that it's because all the people was kind of comparing him to Drexler, and then he went out and killed him. Say he knocked down probably like 6'3".
That's why he did it, because it was like Jordan wasn't known to be out there like Steph Curry shooting threes. So it's like he went out there and made 5, 6 threes. He's like, wait, I mean, hey, like this is one of my nights.
Legendary.
And Magic, they said, was playing cards at his house the night before that. He was like, bro, I'm about to kill Clyde tomorrow.
I feel like he did that so many times. Like he told people like,
he's the GOAT. That's why the NBA was like, hey, we have to capitalize off of this guy. Like, he's amazing. Nobody's ever done this before.
No.
This hasn't happened. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy.
But yeah, he killed Drexler, man. It's so funny to see that.
Killed Drexler. Like, he let him know, like, hey, bro, it's levels. It's levels to this.
It's levels to greatness.
It's levels. Like,
Clyde was great.
He's great, but you're not one of the GOATs, bro.
Clyde the Glide.
Hair all messed up. You know, he got the U hairline, but hey, he should have went bald like Jordan.
So the Isaiah Thomas part, they were saying that Jordan was the main reason why Isaiah Thomas.
Which he was,
but I don't think it was intentional. Like it was just.
It was.
But it was like that. The same thing. They wanted Jordan to have this pedestal.
Everything had to be Jordan's way.
Right. Everything was around Jordan. So because he asked, he was like, "Who's all on the team?" Like that probably put right to their head.
Not Isaiah Thomas.
Not Isaiah.
Please, no. Isaiah's not going to be in it. Don't even worry. Jordan was like, but I mean, I don't care what Jordan said. He was asking about Isaiah. He asked that question because he wanted to know if Isaiah was in it. I don't care.
So you don't think Jordan would have played if Isaiah was on the team?
I think he would have made sure Isaiah wasn't on the team.
But they said Isaiah had beef with a bunch of other players.
He did, but
Bird. I think everybody had beef back then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like everybody had beef. Everybody had beef.
But they show Isaiah Thomas getting into Bird.
Isaiah definitely wasn't one of the.
I like Isaiah now.
I mess with Isaiah.
That's my boy.
That's what I was gonna say. Like it's not a secret. Of course, Isaiah like didn't mess with none of them like that. But Isaiah wanted to play. Obviously, like if it was that bad, Isaiah was like, I didn't want to play on the dream team.
He's still saying
I wanted to play. Like I didn't like these guys, but at the end of the day, I was a competitor. I wanted to be on the USA team. I wanted to get a gold medal.
You gotta come together for the USA team.
Yeah, they like nah. Jordan like nah, bro. Like we don't need Isaiah.
It was beef.
We don't need Isaiah. And then they like just cut him all the way off. Man, we gonna go straight to the scrimmage though.
Oh yeah, that.
Cause that if I could watch that game, they said that was probably one of the best because they played 4 quarters. They played a real game. That was one of the best games
Is that the
ever.
best Olympic team?
No. That's for a whole nother video. But no, they're not better than the Redeem team.
I don't know.
The Redeem team would get them buckets. The Redeem team would get them buckets.
I don't know, man. That team was loaded. Like Magic even said, like this was the best basketball. Like
Of course he gonna say that.
they said that scrimmage kind of changed the era, like made a new era, made it Jordan's era.
That's what Magic realized. Magic got off to a good start. They got the killing.
Oh yeah, and Magic said to Jordan, he was trying to be funny with this too, like the whole Air Jordan thing. He was like, if you don't turn to Air Jordan, y'all gonna lose.
Oh, y'all gonna lose.
Carl went right at him, jump shot. You ain't nothing, Barkley. So then I came down.
His energy is real high. He feels like he's in an opportunity to prove himself. Showcase that, hey, look, I'm still Magic Johnson. I still dominate this game.
That's all right. We go from here.
Magic was saying, you ain't the guy, and we got other players in this gym.
Don't be cheating on me.
Doesn't take much to get Michael going. just a little something to tweak him, and it's on.
He never liked to lose. Mike always got that look. When you see that look, then you know just get in the damn ball and get out the way.
As much as it was 5-on-5, you could see in Monte Carlo that it was gravitating towards, okay, Michael and Magic.
Magic was hesitant to surrender his place on the mountaintop. And Michael, being Michael, he needed to say, no, I'm on the top of the mountain now.
Magic was saying, look, NBA's not yours yet. You know, I'm still here. Michael's like, no, it's over. This is mine. And the funny thing was Larry was sitting on the side going, it's his.
Chuck realized the competition aspect was getting a little bit too high.
Killing everybody on our squad.
He wanted to end practice, but Magic didn't want to end because he wanted to keep playing because we just kicked his ass.
How you like that ass kicking we gave you? No. Come on now. Well, y'all got the first quarter of practice.
By the time practice was over, even Magic had to acknowledge basketball's landscape had been changed forever.
Good job.
Larry and I were talking, and Michael walks in, and he says, "There's a new sheriff in town." And we both hit each other like, well, he's not lying.
That's why I respect Magic, though, because he acknowledging all of this. Like, Isaiah kind of being a little petty about everything, but Magic,
he's still bitter.
He's still bitter, yeah. Magic, like, you know, he like, that was when it was official, like, you know.
Because they also said that nobody was winning 3 in a row. Like, nobody was winning 3 championships in a row. And Isaiah tried to get it. He was on his 2, and Jordan stopped that. So that's why he's bitter.
That kind of, you know, like we said, it kind of switched over. Yeah, you know, Jordan being the best in the league, taking over everything. Once they won that gold medal that year, it's like, yeah, Jordan was that guy. Like,
everybody in the world knew.
Yeah, that's when you started. That's when what you're saying, when the media was like, okay, you know, it's time to give Jordan everything. Right?
I think it was a little before that.
I think it was before that, before the gold medal.
I think that's.
I think that's what did it. I think that's what did it.
But yeah, part of that Olympics, so let's talk about Toni Kukoc.
Toni Kukoc, Pep 5'7", shout out Pep.
Pep. What Pep
and
said?
we had a long conversation about this, and deep down, you know, he feels that they were dead wrong for that. Scottie was dead wrong. Scottie Pippen dead wrong. He said he get Michael Jordan.
Dead wrong for what? Let's explain what they did.
Let's explain it. Go ahead and explain.
So, Toni Kukoc.
Who?
Toni Kukoc had just been drafted to the Bulls, but he was still staying over in Croatia. Because he didn't want to come here. He said they were just dealing with a war, and he was probably still getting paid well over there to play over there. But they said that he was going to be the future of Chicago. So
now, who said that though?
Jerry Cross, the owner or GM of Chicago. Right. So
the same person that Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen hates.
Yeah, so they took offense to that. They're like, oh, he's trying to bring in this Croatian.
And then the backstory is, like, on top of that, Scottie had that messed up contract.
Right. So Jerry Cross went over there to kind of scout him in the middle while they were trying to negotiate the contract. So Scottie was like offended by that. Like, he basically about to replace me with this guy.
You talking all this stuff about this Toni Kukoc guy. We just won 2 championships in a row. Two championships in a row. Like, why are y'all so worried about this Toni Kukoc guy? And I just won y'all 2 rings.
Right,
like,
I need my contract.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
So they were offended by that, and Jordan said like he don't like the way Kukoc was kind of introduced to them.
That's what I'm saying. Like, anybody that Pippen had beef with, shoot, Jordan had beef with him too.
Right.
Like this is my boy. Like, you got a problem with him, I got a problem with him.
So in the Olympic Games, they played Croatia, and they went at him.
Jordan Pippen said, "Hey, leave Kukoc for us. Like, we're gonna make sure that this guy has the worst game ever. You know, he ever had."
And Kukoc said he was like, "I didn't expect somebody.
I didn't expect nobody to be guarding me like that." And he was like,
"It ain't my fault."
Like, yeah, exactly. And then Scottie said, like, "Me, if he was nervous, then there's no way he can come to the NBA and become an NBA player." And that's where Pep kind of was like, you know, that was messed up.
Yeah, it was.
That was messed up.
I see what he's saying.
He's like, that was so messed up. Like,
they didn't have to say
he's
that.
like, the only reason, you don't even know this guy. He's like, they didn't have no beef with Kukoc. The only reason why they really went and like demolished this guy, boxing one
just because of Cross.
Because they hated Cross. And Pep was like, at the end of the day, Scottie Pippen, You messed your contract up. Don't take it out on this 17, 18-year-old from Croatia who's just trying to get to the league.
Like, these are the two best players
in the entire league. And they all just boxing won this guy, this 17, 18-year-old, just because they didn't like the GM. So I get what Pep was saying. Yeah. That was messed up. Just because you messed your contract up, you're gonna take it all on this guy. But man, you a competitor, bro.
Like, they probably made him better with that. Like, Kukoc probably looked at that like, this is what it's like.
They competitors, bro. Okay. Like I kind of tried to relate it to this. Okay, if you're a D1 player, you done won 3 MAC championships. We're gonna say you at Bowling Green like I was. You just won 3 MAC championships. Okay. Your senior year, you seem like recruiting just this other point guard. That's nice. He nice and everything. But like, this is the future. This is the future of Bowling Green. Like, he coming in as a freshman.
When he my coach saying he the future?
Yeah, your coach is saying that. Your GM, everybody is super excited about him, which nothing is wrong with that.
No, especially if it's my senior year. They say it's the future.
It's the future. It's the future.
I'm on my way out.
Right. So that open gym though, you gonna attack that guy.
For sure.
You gonna he's a young. I'm gonna make sure his levels to
but
this.
I think
from a competitive nature from it though.
The difference is I don't think they were on their way out. Like they still had the.
That's what made them bitter. That's what made them bitter. Was the fact that they was like, yeah, like we're in our prime. Like you should be like we're your kids. Like you should be really messing with us.
You should be cherishing us. And
yeah. But I get it from the point where like, okay, y'all talking about this guy. Like we don't need him. Like we just want two rings. We don't need this guy. Like why are you talking so much about him when you got people that's on your team that's doing all this stuff for you? Like so. If you can't really do much but play. Like that's all you can do, and that's what they did. They played, and they just demolished him. Like I don't feel sorry for Toni Kukoc. I don't feel sorry for him.
I kind of felt sorry for him when he was talking. He's like, man, I didn't even know these guys. They don't know me. I didn't want to be like this. I mean, but it's basketball, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't war. They wasn't like going to kill him. Like it was basketball.
It's basketball at the end of the day.
Basketball. Like
you can't be trying to show mercy on people.
Yeah, like and that gives you an edge. Like you're looking for an edge when you're playing. Like so that gives you all the edge in the world. This guy you don't really like already is like hyping this guy up to come to your team. And you're like, bro, we just won 2 rings. Like we don't need him. Like. So if we play him, we're gonna demolish him. But then on top of all of that, it didn't really work. Like he came back the next game, the gold medal game, he killed. He ended up coming to the Bulls and winning rings with him. Like it didn't really hurt.
Probably, but I'm saying it all probably worked out like for the better, for real. Yeah. Like all that, like they probably Kukoc was probably seeing what he had to do and what he was working up against, and like I just gotta beef him up, toughen up. And they said that too. Like Kukoc was tough. Like,
he was tough.
He was over there during the wars and stuff. Like, that's a different type of tough coming from wars.
All right.
So
go ahead.
So let's get into the situation of Jordan not endorsing the where are they running for Senate?
Harvey Gantt, was that his name?
No, that's the dude off Batman. Harvey Gantt.
I think it's crazy you say that because I really thought that when I first heard his name, I was like, dang, that name is from Batman. I thought it was the same name.
It might be. But
his last name was Gantt. I know that for a fact.
Let's get the names right. Wait, Batman.
Gantt.
Harvey Dent.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so let's get into that. Jordan, he didn't endorse the guy that was running for Senate, the black dude, Harvey Gantt.
Harvey Gantt. And the term was Republicans buy shoes too.
And I didn't feel that.
You didn't feel that?
I don't feel that because I mean, at the end of the day, man, I understand he's a billionaire, you know, and it's to be a billionaire, you gotta be about your money.
And the same people who's complaining about you not doing certain stuff is not gonna just hand you over money. They're not gonna feed your family if your family is broke. Like if you don't have any money, they're not gonna be, oh well, he did this, so here's some money for your family. They're not gonna do that.
Yeah, Jordan didn't endorse the Harvey Gantt guy, and he was running for Senate against a Republican who was a proven racist. Like everybody said, like what he was doing wasn't cool. What was his name? I forget his name. I don't even care.
I don't even gotta say it's
racist. But he was running for the Republican Senate, and Jordan didn't endorse. Like Jordan didn't get involved. And what he said, why he said he didn't get involved, was because Republicans buy sneakers too. So he's basically saying he's not going to get involved with this because he want to make his money. He was going to lose money if he endorsed the black man.
He didn't want to endorse the Democrats because he knew that Republicans wouldn't buy his shoes.
It would have been cool if Jordan just sat back and was kind of just oblivious to it and just didn't say anything, but by him saying Republicans buy sneakers too, it kind of showed that he was saying, man, forget this black man. Like, I don't forget him. Like, I need my money,
my bread.
And at the end of the day, I feel like we gotta stick together as black people. I understand you about your money, but in this, especially back then, especially back then, man, when there's a lot of racism going on, they showed the Republican being racist. Like, and Jordan is the most influential person. Probably was the most influential person on the planet. And for him to not endorse him and say because he basically wanted to get his money, like, I don't feel that, man. I don't feel that. I think you gotta support your people, man. And
yeah, now you can sacrifice a few. I mean, I will never tell anybody that what they need to do about their money.
Right.
But you can only speak for yourself. You can only say what you would do in that situation.
And me now, even now, I would endorse, like,
you would sacrifice some bread for that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm about my money, but at the end of the day, like, being about your money is about supporting black people too. Like, you gotta help them out and be about their money as well. Like, so I didn't feel that. And then the Republican ended up winning too.
Yeah, I think it kind of contradicted itself. Because he said, you know, I don't want to be this politician. I don't want to be this guy. I never asked to be a politician. I agree that. I understand that 100%.
All this energy in the hooping, like that's what am I supposed to do?
This is what made me this money. Playing basketball, like on this court, like nothing else made me this money. Like just because I was this good in basketball, this made me this money. So if you want to stick with just that, stick with just that. Don't say Republicans buy sneakers too.
Yeah, he messed everything up saying that.
That's what messed it up. That's what messed it up.
He should have just sat back and didn't say anything.
Don't say nothing. Just play basketball.
He said it was a joke though. Like he said, he was just talking to Horace Grant.
It's kind of sticky subject because I'm sure he didn't think that it would ever get out, but it did.
But still, you couldn't even say that. Like, not even joking, man.
You can't say that. Because even if it's four of us around and I say that, I'm sure I'll be looking like, what?
So you don't really care about your people. You just care about your money.
You just care about your bread. Like that's kind of weird, but
just selfish. It's selfish. I get it, man. I definitely get you want your money.
You better believe there's thousands of athletes that think that exact same way.
Right.
But they're not gonna just come out and just say that. Like you don't say that. Yeah. You don't say that.
Like of course everybody should be about their money, man. I agree with that, but you should be about your people too.
Be about your people. I think you kind of regret it. Kind of looking back on it.
Everybody makes mistakes.
For sure.
Everybody.
The most interesting thing about episode 6 was how, you know, how what you said, you know, the media was super positive. Everything was positive because, you know, he didn't really bend any boundaries. He was just straight basketball. But once he started turning towards, you know, gambling, and they found a little thing to talk about, they jumped right on it. Like once Sam Smith made the book, what was it called? Jordan Rules, which is another like type of Jordan Rules other than bad.
This dude got all types
of Jordan Rules.
But they all going at it.
But this one was like, yeah, okay. So he has this bad gambling problem. He has this bad issue with his teammates, and like it kind of turned the media against him a little bit. So like it's sad. It's real life though. It's real life. Like they love you.
It's tough being Jewish.
They say everybody, the media, not only the media, but just the entire world loves the whole rise to fall phenomenon.
They build you up just to break you down.
They love that.
Nobody's perfect, so they gonna find something.
Nobody's perfect, so they gonna find something.
And Jordan was, I ain't gonna lie, he was an asshole.
He was.
He showed that. Throughout every episode, he's showing that he was an asshole. He was. Like he talking to everybody crazy.
Everybody. That's what made it dope, because he went from anywhere from Jerry Cross to Clyde Drexler, like to the security guard. Everybody.
Crazy to everybody.
Everybody. Nah, that was crazy. Yeah, they tore him down. They made him retire. They literally made him retire.
They didn't get to that point yet.
But you could tell, like after he won that third championship, it wasn't like joy. It was relief.
He was stressed. Yeah, it's like
they said it was like a relief. Like yes, it's over. We won. It's over. It wasn't like you know.
That's
3P, let's go. Like, it was more like, yeah.
Which it should have been, because they said nobody was winning 3 in a row. Like, he should have been pure joy, but he was kind of.
He was like, it's
over. Finally,
we did it. Like, it's over. I'm tired. Can these cameras please get out of here? Like, I always heard of it. Like, not really watching any documentaries, not really watching anything. I always kind of heard it. Like, yeah, Jordan was this alcoholic / gambler. Like, and I mean, from what the documentary showed, he didn't look like that crazy of a gambler. I mean, he had a whole bunch of money. So if Jordan would go bet $20,000 the night before a game, the night before a game, like, wait, what the heck? But they said that was $20.
But they did say that he went out the night before a game. He was out till 2 a.m. in Atlantic City.
That was the dopest part. They down. The Knicks is up. Well, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna rewind. It's 0-0. Eastern Conference Finals. The Knicks is like that team.
Knicks is the new bad boys.
They're the new bad boys. They're the new team that's supposed to be like threatening the Chicago Bulls. They go up on a 2-0 lead. Or matter of fact, they go on a 1-0 lead. They win the first game. It's 1-0. Jordan get caught out after that game at like 2:30 a.m.
At gambling.
At the casino. At Atlantic City, like 2 hours away from New York. And he have a bad game too. Mm-hmm. So they go down 2-0. They lose. They go down 2-0. Everybody like, wait, Jordan was out after game 1, like, you know, partying out till 2:30. Like, he must not be motivated. Like, he must don't care about, you know, winning 3 in a row. Like, he's satisfied with these 2 rings.
And then what?
And just like that,
turned up
out of nowhere. It's 2-2. So the Knicks went from like, yeah, we up 2-0 to like, it's tied 2-2. We know this shit over.
It's over.
It's over with. It's over.
Then it made Jordan mad.
It's over with. It's over. Right? It was hilarious. So, yeah, I mean, we won 4 straight. They won 4 straight, and it was over with. And like, it kind of shut the media up in a way. Like, it kind of was like, okay, we need to shut up. Like, we obviously don't know what we're talking about. But it didn't really. It made Michael happy that he shut him up, but it wasn't really like. Yeah, I shut him up. Like, what's up now? It was just like I'm tired of this. Yeah. Like, you know, like I don't like I'm
more
done.
relief. Yeah.
I'm done. Like, I won. Like, you know, shut up, leave me alone.
But yeah, they still have this next series of finals against Phoenix.
Oh yeah,
Barkley.
Against Barkley.
I didn't know Barkley got MVP. Man. I gotta put some more respect.
Yeah, Draymond, bro, you gotta relax, bro. Yeah. You gotta relax.
Barkley is nice.
You are not in the same sentence as Charles Barkley, like at all. Like, Draymond, you're a great player, but Charles Barkley is
Draymond will never get close to an MVP.
No. He would never have the game that Charles Barkley had. Like, if that was the case, he would have did it this year. But that would have been a perfect situation to do what Charles Barkley was doing. Like, your team is trash. Go out there and go average 20. You remember he had an interview, like, I'm not going out there trying to average 20.
You can't.
Yeah, you can't. I'm just going to go out there and just mentor the young guys. Like, boy, come on, man. Like,
Barkley was a different breed. Like, Barkley got an MVP. Like, that says a lot, getting an MVP. Especially in that era with Jordan and Bird and Magic, and you got MVP. Like, Barkley even said, he was like, if I'm going to lose to anybody, at least it was Jordan.
That's not the mindset.
Yeah, I didn't really feel that mindset either. Like, he was basically saying that he was happy just to get there. Like, I'm in the finals against Jordan. I'm cool with you. So that's kind of what he was saying.
I'm cool with you, and that's kind of dates back to kind of what you were saying.
Yeah, that's the media. He was intimidated. That's everybody putting Jordan, like, naturally everybody's just intimidated by him. And Barkley showed that because.
But it's not because of the media. I don't think
it is. It's the media is half of it. Like,
but I think it's because what happens on that court.
It is, but I feel like once you,
I don't think it's half of it. I think it's like 20%.
I think it's half. It's half.
Because the media doesn't matter. The media is not on the court with you. It's 5-on-5, putting the ball through the rim. Like, that's all it is.
It's all politics, man. Yeah.
When I'm playing, I don't think about nothing else but playing basketball.
Barkley was.
I don't think so. I mean, I think he was just thinking like Michael Jordan is that much better than him. But he was like, that's the first time I ever thought that one person was better than me on the basketball court, ever. And I mean, afterwards, when you see all the cameras running over to Jordan, you might get a little, intimidated.
I think that had a big part.
But on the court, you thinking that?
I don't know, man. I need to talk to Barkley and actually ask him, like, why was you so intimidated, Jordan? Like, why were you happy with the results? I mean, not happy, but why were you cool with just getting to the finals and losing to Jordan? Like, was it because you was intimidated by his game,
or are you just saying that for the documentary?
Right. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You gotta talk to Barkley.
It was 2 great episodes.
For sure.
2 great episodes.
5 was the best.
5 was the best. 6 kind of talked about more of the gambling issue, which it was good too. But 5, talked about everything. So I think 7 and 8. I don't know what 7 and 8 is gonna be about.
I don't know if they can top this, but we'll see.
We gonna tune in for sure. So we gonna see.
And we'll be making another video to that one. We'll be talking about that. So tune in to that.
Facts. We didn't probably talk for like an hour.
So yeah, that'll do it for today's video. We got into a lot. There's a lot going on in these 2 episodes, man. It was pretty interesting. These were the best episodes by far. So we got through a lot, and we will be getting back to it next Sunday when we watch that one. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for tuning in to this video. I really appreciate it, man. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we got a lot more videos coming, Leave your comments, like we said, drop those comments, talk to us in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. So yeah, that'll do it. We out.